It is time. Welcome to Jimmy Reviews. I'm Jimmy Michael here with Megwag Runs, and today we'll be giving you our full review on the new Nike Pegasus 37. Now, the Pegasus is known to be the shoe that I've been running in the longest. I've been running in the Pegasus since the 27, so this is like my 10th year anniversary, so I'm kind of excited about this.
Yeah.
You know, it's been the staple shoe of that everyday trainer. And some years they changed a few things. The last couple of years they added the full length zoom. And this year they took it a step further. No longer do we have the Cushlon. We have full React as a carrier with a larger size zoom bag right here in the forefoot. Now Nike said they increased the size of the zoom closer to the foot so you can feel it more responsive, more cushioning. The React should give you more of a bouncier feel, all that good stuff. But you know, Jimmy Reviews, we don't promote Nike. We review shoes. So tell me what you think about the shoe as far as how it felt on foot.
I really liked it. I did find it more cushiony than some of the previous Nike Pegasus models that I've run in. But overall, I thought it was a pretty solid shoe.
I think on the spectrum of race speed day shoe, and then you have your ultra cushion shoe. The Pegasus has always been right in the middle and a little more towards the speed side for me.
Yeah.
And I feel like this year's version almost went a little more towards the cushion side.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
So for me, the purpose has almost changed a little bit.
Well, it maybe shifted over, but you can still keeps it light. It still keeps it, responsive. So even though it did swing over to that cushiony side, that's what people are wanting. That's what people are using for their race day. So all the shoes are swinging over there.
I know. It's just, I'm scared of change.
Yeah.
But do I like it? I think overall, yes. But it is a cushion, more built up ride. I don't want to call it clunkier, but that's kind of how I felt about it a little bit.
Well, I think that's why they have the Peg Turbo, to kind of get that slot back to, okay, this is it's a less cushiony shoe. Here it is on that pendulum.
So as far as cushioning for me, I think it felt softer than last year's Pegasus. I think last year's Pegasus felt a little more of a natural response because it just felt a little more engaged. And these here have a little more of a bounce back from the foam. Would you call it responsiveness or you call it bounciness from the foam? Call it what you want. That's how it feels. So the question is, did I prefer the old style or this new style of the setup and the cushioning? And I think for the longer runs that I want more cushioning for the push and the pace, I think this new one kind of takes it to a step further. When it comes to like more tempo-esque workouts, I think it almost takes a step back. So depending on where you fall and what your preference is, this may be a better or a lesser preference of what you want in the Pegasus series.
Yeah, I can see that.
Do you have any thoughts about the shoe as far as the cushioning, the ride of it?
Yeah, well, it's a higher cushion shoe to me. I'd use this shoe more for recovery or long runs. And I liked how it had a nice roll. It was not too stiff. It was pretty flexible. So, pretty good trainer all around.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the ride of the shoe kind of blends in some of the shoes they've been making lately. It's like a zoom fly as far as kind of how it rolls off. A little bit of the React because you like the Epic Reacts and the Infinity Reacts, the softer foam with some zoom from the Pegasus. So
Yeah.
it's like a blend, a hybrid of a lot of things that they've been working on in the past couple of years. So
It definitely had a very smooth ride to it.
yeah, I would almost say like Hoka-esque. Not quite as aggressive as a Hoka, but a little more of that roll off. But overall, I liked it.
Yeah, it was good. So overall, I found this shoe to be pretty nice. Nothing that blew my mind away, but it's a solid shoe, great for everyday training.
So the big change here from the Pegasus 36 to the 37 is definitely the upper. Overall, I'm liking it. I'm liking how minimal and kind of how thin it is, yet supportive. I'm liking the translucent look to it aesthetically. There's cords here to kind of keep that midfoot wrap in there, so when you tie them up, it stays snug.
It's very breathable too. This engineered mesh is very forgiving.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of got spot on what I want in a traditional everyday trainer.
Yeah.
Not too flimsy, not overly supportive, just in that good middle of just everyday usage.
I like that they didn't make the heel collar overly cushiony. You have that nice, thin tongue, that it's soft so it doesn't cut into you, but it's very thin. You know, overall, loved how it fit. I found a little bit of heel slippage, not much, but you know, it's pretty secure, great in the arch area, and wide enough in the toe box.
Yeah, I like how the tongue almost has like a V cut, where it doesn't dig into your top of your foot. Did really good with that. I know in 35 people hated how tall the tongue was. It kind of like went all the way up your foot. Last year they made it a little more thinner. This year to kind of find like that good balance of what people want, and aesthetically it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
I would say in the fit, the volume of like the forefoot felt a little low to me.
Okay.
So like I feel like if you have a very high volume foot, it may feel snugger than what you would prefer. But I was okay with it. Didn't have anything major issues with it. But besides that, I didn't have any heel slippage. The midfoot was locked in. The toe box wasn't like super wide, but definitely like wide enough to where I can't complain.
Yeah, especially when you have that seamless upper, it will kind of conform to your foot a little bit more than something more structured and narrow.
No pull tab.
No pull tab. But there's cool numbers there. Yours says running.
Yours has numbers, mine says running.
Yeah, I guess it's the left foot has the cool numbers.
So on the outsole, you got your rubber on the lateral side. Keeps the shoe nice and nimble as far as it having some flexibility, but nothing too crazy. It's definitely on the stiffer side of like the older Pegasus from back in the day. But I think the whole curvature of the ride kind of makes up for that. Like I said, a little Hoka-esque.
I felt like the outsole had really good grip on the road, had good grip when the pavement was wet. It looks really durable, so you know you're going to get a lot of miles out of that. You can go on some light crushed granite type trails, but nothing too rugged.
Overall as a shoe, I think for me it's solid. I don't think it's gonna be anything that's like remarkable. Now, I know the hype is real. Everyone gets excited for new Pegasus, and it's really easy to say, oh, best shoe of the year, greatest trainer of the year. You know, minus the hype, I think it's a good shoe.
It is a good shoe.
I can't quite put it in like that best so far category. Definitely solid. For me, it's about what I expect, a different Pegasus, not necessarily a better one, and that's okay. I think if someone who loves the older style, there's a whole lot online, a whole lot in stores, you know, on sale. And if they want something a little more cushion for the pushing, I think this new one is definitely the way to go. So I don't mind that. There's enough reason to want this new one over the old one if you have a different preference. Whereas sometimes the shoes are so similar, you're like, why get the new one?
Yeah.
Well, this year you have a reason to.
You know, and I think with the overall trend of shoes going more towards that cushiony, springy type shoe rather than the lightweight, minimal shoes, it's following that trend. It's keeping up with the times. It's, you know, new and inventive.
But change scares me. So, what do you think? Megan approved?
Megan approved.
Megan approved?
Megan approved.
You want to give it a letter grade, a number grade out of 10? Just people like that kind of thing.
Nah, that's too scary. I'm not totally in love with it, but I definitely I like the shoe. You know, it's a good shoe, and it's just because it's more cushion than I tend to prefer.
All right. I don't mind the cushion. I like the cushion. I kind of feel like every shoe has its purpose. So if I put it on the category of a little more of a cushion trainer, I think it fits that purpose nicely.
Yeah, and I like that they have the turbo option, just because, you know, it gives me what I'm looking for in a Pegasus.
It has cushion, that Zoom X. It's just like, it's just less going on. It has a little more of a lighter weight feel to it.
Yeah.
This is definitely a little more of a little sturdier, and you'll get more mileage out of this one. I'm guessing this one will be a little more durable for those longer runs. So,
I think a marathon trainer, someone who wants a lot of cushion under their feet to protect their joints from the pounding, running on a lot of pavement, they're gonna like this shoe. I
agree. All right, so yeah, I think the Pegasus overall is a good shoe. Definitely worth trying if you're into the Pegasus lineup. Links down below if you want to try them. The shoe's been out for about a few days, a week or so.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think about the Pegasus. Is this the best shoe ever? Is it about what you expected? Are there other brands out there doing more? Or is this the one for you? To me, this is definitely a keeper. I won't say my top 5, but I think it has top 10 potential at the end of the year as far as a daily trainer category. But yeah, let us know what you think. Follow us on Instagram. And for those who don't know about the contest, I'm attempting a world record. So really soon, my goal is to run the fastest lap on the track backwards, like actually running it backwards. So predict my time, follow me on IG. I will have a post on there where you can put your time where they predict that I will run. And the person who predicts the closest time to the nearest 100th of a second will win their choice of a running shoe.
Wow.
It's not sponsored. It's not Running Warehouse. It's not the Road Runner Sports. It's coming from my Patreons who've been holding me down for a long time. So this is a way to give back to you guys. And it's a fun way to have a prediction based off my running skills, because we all know my running skills is not the best, which is why I am an elite jogger.
You are amazing.
Thank you.
You are the king of elite joggers.
So definitely they should follow us on Instagram, and we'll be giving away another shoe on your Instagram. So we won't announce the full contest for that yet, but I would say just as a heads up, you might want to follow Meg Rag Runs on Instagram to kind of be ready for when that's ready to happen. With that said, be sure to stay in school, don't do drugs, and if you can,
keep it tight. So tight. Really, really tight. That's my part.
Yeah. So you also tried the wide.
Yes.
Do you feel like the wide was too wide?
I found that the wide was too big for my foot. The regular width fit me perfectly. You know, I do like a wide toe box, but in the wide you also have a wider heel. And I found that my heel was slipping a lot in the wide.
So basically, if you have an actual wide foot, the wide's way to go.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just want a wider toe box, it may be too wide for you if you go with the wide.
I think so.
All right, cool. People want to know about these kind of things.